Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to review of Rock, the third record by the French band Pleymo. Today we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. Today we have a special guest with us,
Dutch MZFK or Jeff.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great, just a little bit tired.
So, Pleymo, how did you found this band?
Through the Last FM radio back in 2011, probably December or November.
What was your first impression while listening to their music?
Very different because it was the track 4 AM Roppongi from their 2006 album Alphabet Prison. So I didn't expect a new metal band. Once I started listening to their other albums, I loved it back then, like I really did. So my first impression was like, oh, this is a really nice rock band, and later on I was like, this is an awesome new metal band.
So I have a similar story. I found them by accident back in 2014. I don't know if it was on the Last FM radio or not, and I actually don't remember which record was the first one I've heard, but it had to be good, because here we are.
Yeah, exactly. It must have been something.
So tell us about the lineup and the recording process.
So this album was recorded from 2002 to 2003. Compared to the album before this one, it's definitely a lot more mellow, a lot more rock oriented. There were still some new metal influences like on the track Kongan. The lineup consists of Marc Maggiore on vocals, Eric Devillutré on guitar, Davy Portela on guitars, Benoit Julliard on bass, Fred Serraudot on drums, and Frank Bayeux as the DJ.
When it comes to the production, what do you think about it? Because to me, I feel that it's tight and it sounds great.
The bass on this record has a unique sound. It's almost like you can hear the strings being hit with the fingers, like you can hear them vibrate almost. And it's a cool way that they recorded the bass sounds. The drums, they are a lot less tight compared to Qu'est-ce qui se passe, the first record, and episode 2 Medicine Cake. Having that said, they also fit the style of this album a lot more. The guitars, they're still very distorted and down-tuned. Pleymo, as you know it. It's not very complex, but it gets the job done. The vocals, not as much rapping, a lot more singing, and he's doing a great job at it. The DJ parts are comparable to episode 2, but it's just a lot less.
Everything sounds like a one unit, you know, like it sounds good. It's not like one of the instruments is too loud from the other. That's what I always mean.
I think sometimes the bass is a bit too loud, but that's just me.
I mean, that's like a personal preference, because I think it was fine. I like the fact that you can actually hear it, because usually in music it's not like that.
Agreed. It's also very true.
So when it comes to me, I feel like, yeah, the DJ elements are great, there's not lots of them, but they do fit the music, they enrich the sound. The bass, as you said, is amazing and it's loud. The guitar riffs are crunchy, straight to the point. We also have some cool lead melodic guitar work here and there. The vocals, they are just beautiful. I love the singing, the screaming, the yelling, shouting, just all of it sounds perfect to me. But on some of the songs like Divine Excuse, some of the parts are not for me, like they annoy me, but overall it's beautiful. I will say something controversial, because as you stated, many people think that this is a slight departure of the nu metal vibe, but when I look at nu metal, I always see, you know, lots of various approaches to this genre. So the old school one, then the second wave, and the third wave that is like Linkin Park and those bad rock bands like 1000 Foot Crutch. And while listening to this record, I have noticed that at least the instrumental work reminds me a lot of the record Phenomenon by 1000 Foot Crutch. It has that mainstream aesthetic to it, and as you said, most of the songs have that standard bass sound, which was very typical for the third wave of nu metal.
100% agreed.
When it comes to the message, it's diverse. This is a concept album about a blind boy called Rack, and he has a imaginary twin, but I actually don't understand the story that much. for the first part because it's in French,
Yeah.
and the second one because the songs deviate from that concept. Like, we have some songs about how society is awful, some songs about relationships, personal struggles, love, hatred, revenge. Also, the last song is about a sex club or some stuff like that. It's so weird. Like, the message is all over the place. As I read the lyrics, I am not sure what the meaning of it is. Like, I don't understand the ending. Is the main character a blind sex addict, or is it a metaphor for something else? So I urge you to read the lyrics by yourself and find your own meaning in them.
Maybe you can see it as a young boy who's blind, but he's also getting older. Maybe that's what the last track aims at.
That's what I was talking about. So the blind boy grows up to be a blind sex addict, or because the society corrupts him of his innocence? It's hard to say. When it comes to the structure, it's pretty basic. There aren't any advanced or technical songs here, just standard intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. They don't deviate from that stuff like at all. And when it comes to the music, it's like Dachi said before, it's like alternative rock mixed with nu metal influences.
It also has alternative metal. There's also acoustic influences on the hidden track after Left Calvin. Now let's move on to the individual songs, starting with track number 1, Le Voyage de Rock, which is an intro track.
It doesn't have any singing or screaming, it has a speech by a young boy. There is some music in the background, but I must say that I don't enjoy this one. I feel like it should have been removed from the track list. Like, it's not a bad song, because it's not even a song, it's just some talking in the background and some music. Yeah, that's just how I feel. What about you?
It would have made a bigger impact if I knew what was being said. You know, for me right now it's just an intro, kind of a throwaway, and that's it.
I mean, I do know what he said because I read the lyrics, but I just don't enjoy interludes on the albums. I like when the music starts with the music. That's just how I am.
That makes perfect sense. So for me, the rating of the intro track, Le Voyage de Rock, 6 out of 10.
I'm giving it 5 out of 10, average. I don't care for it, it's fine. Now let's move on to the title song, Rock.
This song is an absolute banger, from the intro with the scratching. This song was also used for a promo for the movie Night Watch. The video clip on YouTube also has excerpts from the movie. Moving back to the song itself, it's great. The bass is thumping, the drums are thumping, the scratching is great, the vocals are great. This song for me is a solid 8 out of 10.
Nice, so I actually enjoy it way more than you. I love the instrumental work. It has that classic nu metal vibe from the early 2000s. Like, it reminds me of simpler times. It's nostalgic. Love the verses the most and the bridge part. The singing here is fantastic, especially in the bridge. The only flaw I see here is that the chorus is a little bit repetitive. And yeah, it's great, but for some reason I think it's the weakest part of the song. I still enjoy it. 9 out of 10.
1977. It starts very calm and then it just bursts into this instrumental part with fast guitars, fast scratching, drums that sound good, like I come to expect from this band. The verses, they are calm, but the chorus is almost like anthemic in a kind of way. Solid 8 out of 10.
So 1977 is actually the year the main character, Rock, was born, and this song has massive Deftones vibes. Like, it at least sounds like that to me, and it's my favorite one on the record. I love the intro, the verses, the chorus, the singing is beautiful. I see no flaws here. It's a banger. 10 out of 10.
Divine Excuse. This is a radio song. I like it. It's not very different from what you come to expect from early 2000s radio rock songs, alternative rock songs, but it is solid nonetheless. Also because of the scratching and just the guitar sounding amazing along with the drums and the vocals. A solid 7 out of 10.
I agree with you. While this song is not my favorite, mostly because of the vocal performance, some of it is not for me. The music was interesting, loved the DJ stuff, the bass lines, the drumming, the guitar riffs. Yeah, it's a radio song, but it's not a bad one. Like, I would love to hear music like this on the radio today, and not the shit we're currently hearing. So yeah, 7 out of 10.
Loon so long. I'm sorry for that. What I can say about this song is that the bass, it does its own thing, like we talked about earlier in the review, that the bassist does that sometimes on this album. It's definitely one of the more nu metal songs that reminds me of the previous album. It's a nice throwback to that style, to that sound. It's something I was craving the first time I listened to it, and it still hits home. 8 out of 10.
I must say that this is the highlight of the record for sure. It has, as you said, that old school Pleymo vibe to it. Love the bass because it does its own thing. The vocals slap. It has much more energy, it's more intense than the previous songs, yet it's still melodic at the same time. 9 out of 10.
Moladiction. This was released as a single to the radio stations and as a single you can buy in the stores. It's a very radio friendly song like Divine Excuse, but this song also adds more orchestral elements that we also see later on in this album. It's gonna be controversial, but 9 out of 10 for me on this one.
I have the same opinion about it. I love this one. It's melodic, it's straight to the point, the vocal performance is beautiful. Same with the music, 9 out of 10.
That brings us to track number 7, Some New. When we talked about how tight the production sounded on this record, it really shines in the drum intro. It sounds really, really good. I mean, what is there to say? This is a solid alternative rock song. 9 out of 10.
I have nothing else to add. I think exactly the same. 9 out of 10.
Zorro. I sound repetitive, but from this point on, the songs really are just great. The fast drum intro, the instrumentation that keeps going fast, the singing. This is a song that's well paced out. There's not a moment in the song where I think, oh, they should have done this differently or that. 9 out of 10.
I feel like this song is much more melodic than the previous ones, and yeah, it has more of a pop vibe to it, and that's mostly the reason why I think it's one of the weaker tracks. I still enjoyed the vocal performance, and the music was okay. I am actually surprised that this one was not a single with a music video, because the radio would love this one. 7 out of 10.
Polyester Mom. This is the perfect blend along with the song Rock. That's the nu metal and the alternative rock. In the chorus, it's like polyester, woo, polyester, woo. It gets you going. It was designed for a pit, maybe in a mashup along with one of their other songs. High energy, nu metal vibes all around. 8 out of 10.
They do play this one live a lot of times, and I agree. This is one of the heavier songs on the record, up there with the 5th one, right?
Yeah, up there with the 5th one, track 5.
I cannot pronounce that one at all, so I'm just saying it's the 5th one. The 5th one had that old school nu metal energy, and this one continues that. As you stated, I love the screaming here because there's not a lot of it on this album, but this song delivers it. 9 out of 10.
A Life of Details. Une vie de détail. It's a slow burner with a long intro. For some reason, the production on here is a lot different. I don't know if you've noticed that. The drums sound different, the guitars sound different. One of my favorites on this album, along with track number 12, Anemia. So for me, it's an 8.5 out of 10.
I feel like this one could have been the intro to the record, actually. I don't know if you have noticed that it has that vibe.
Yeah.
It has some spoken word at the beginning, and we've got some orchestral elements there, and then we've got some beautiful singing by the vocalist. It's heavy. I guess the structure is slightly more advanced here, because we have more changes. And yeah, I enjoy this one a lot. I wish this was the first track on the record. Like, it has that epic vibe to it, like, it prepares you for something big to come. 8 out of 10.
Cherubin. Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but this one has slight Korn riffs.
Yeah.
The dissonant chords are here and I just love them. It's full of energy. Love the vocals here, the DJ elements. It has that more of an old school nu metal feeling to it, like Polyester and the fifth song. I love it. 9 out of 10.
For me, this song is like a combination between rock and some of the more radio-friendly songs, if that makes sense. Is it one of my favorite songs? No. Would I put it on if I want to listen to a single Pleymo song? Not really. So it's like a 7 out of 10 for me.
But you're not going to skip it as you're listening to the album, right?
No, I won't skip it. No.
So now let's talk about your favorite song, Anemia. Now I must say that I love this one, same as you love the music, the vocals, the guitars, the bass, the drum, just everything. It has a cool atmosphere to it, and I guess it's like the third or fourth best track here for me. 9 out of 10.
So, my favorite track on the album, Anemia. It's a solid rocker. It's a great alternative rock song. Even though Pleymo is a new metal band, this is the sound I'm here for on this record mostly. Little bridge from the verse to the chorus, the singing in the chorus, the little DJ things Frank Bayeux does in the background, the bass and the guitar sounding tied together. I just love this track. 10 out of 10. Kongen featuring Enhancer. Enhancer, along with Pleymo, Acme, later on also Wunjo, Noisy Fate, Vega Star were part of this new metal collective.
Called Team Nowhere.
Yeah, this one is very new metal. The bass, it's loud, it rings in your ears, the guitars just behind it, they follow the bass really nice. The little hip hop break in the middle, I like it. Team Nowhere on the top, shut the fuck up in the chorus. It's ballsy, it's great. Yeah, second 10 out of 10 for me, dog.
And the final song on the standard edition is called Love Calvin.
The strip club track, baby, let's go.
I don't know if you think the same. That's the weakest song here. It's fine, I don't hate it at all. It's much more mellow and introspective than all of the previous tracks. It's a little bit too long for me. I do love the vocal performance. I just feel that the music is just, it's fine. 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to strongly disagree on this one. I love how the bass starts in the beginning of the song with the drums coming in. And then the first chorus, the first time they sing it, it's really calm. But when you get to the ending of the song, it builds up with toms being hit in the background. You can hear the orchestral parts coming up. Then it cools down. And in the last minute or so, the orchestra kicks in. The singing kicks back in. It sounds dense. It sounds tight. I love it too. 9 out of 10. Then we move on to track number 15. The bonus track. On ne changera rien. This song was made outside of the rock music recording sessions.
A year later, right?
Yeah, something around that, like a year later. It was tagged on later.
Because I saw that this released the music video in 2004.
Yeah, and it was made in collaboration with the French rock group Kyo, who were massively popular at the time in France. They don't appear in the video clip for some reason. I think they only helped writing the song. There isn't a lot of information I could find about it because I don't speak French.
I mean, you can translate it.
Yeah, I think about it now too, but back in the day I didn't think about that for some reason. It's okay radio rock song. A demo of it was put on the Pure Volume page in 2003 as well. It's definitely one of the weaker songs, so it's a 6 out of 10 for me.
Nice, so we have like a different approach, because you said Love Calvin was like 9 out of 10, this one is 6 out of 10, and I'm the other way around. I truly enjoyed this song, the atmosphere of it, the guitar riffs, the bass, the drumming. It's a fun track. I actually wish it was on the standard edition, but I guess you wouldn't like that, so yeah, 9 out of 10. So the final song, it's a hidden track, it's light, the acoustic version, and I actually quite enjoy this one. It's mellow, it's somber, it has a very calm atmosphere to it, the vocals are beautiful, and the acoustic guitar is also great. 9 out of 10.
For me, the acoustic track is good. It was tagged along as a bonus track on the On ne changera rien single CD. It's a great acoustic track, but not amazing. it's something they would do a lot better on the next album on the song Qu'est-ce qui nous restera. So for me, this is a 6 out of 10.
I guess the reason why I enjoy this song that much and also other hidden tracks, it's because they are hidden, like you're not supposed to find them, so they basically have no value, but then you discover them and they mean something to you. That's at least my approach. Like, I don't hate on them that much because most people are not going to wait 10 minutes. Like nowadays, in the era of streaming, you will know that there was another song, but back then you wouldn't.
It's true. And in Deftones Around the Fur, you had the bong hit in between the 20-minute wait. Do you remember that?
I remember that. I remember listening to Slipknot first record on a cassette tape and the 15 tracks started to play after Scissors and I was like, wow, this is brutal. I was like 3 or 4 years old, I was like, wow. And then also Korn, Follow the Leader, Erase My Eye. It was so funny, like when I was 4, that was my favorite song of the album because of the funny vocals.
I haven't heard that one actually. I'm not a big Korn fan like you.
You haven't listened to the hidden track on Follow the Leader?
No.
It's better than the Nothing and See You on the Other Side and the Paradigm Shift. Go check it out.
Okay, I will put it in my phone right away.
To sum it all up, the consistency is stable. For me, the only tracks that I don't enjoy is the intro and the final one, Love Calvin. The middle part of the record is fantastic, I have nothing to criticize.
I feel the same, except for the first song and the acoustic song. The rest is great.
Yeah, but the acoustic song, like, it's hidden, so...
Then the album is great.
Like, fuck the acoustic track. The album is great without it.
I didn't say that.
This is how propaganda works.
You know what? Fuck the rating. Fuck this album.
He said that fuck this album. Play the clip, Jamie. Play the clip.
Some shitty AI deepfake.
When it comes to the flow, I think it's fitting. Every song flows well into the next, the transitions are great. The only flaw, as I stated before, is the intro and, just for me, the Love Calvin track.
For me, the record flows well. The intro could have been cut and be switched with Une vie de détail and it would have been an even better record.
Replayability? Yeah, this is an excellent record to me. I love every song except the final one and the intro. The highlights for me here are 1977, the 5th song, the 7th one, Polyester, the 11th one, Anemia, and Kongen. What about you?
Track number 6, track number 7, track number 10, Une vie de détail, track number 12, Anemia, Kongen, and Love Calvin. My score of the record is a 9 out of 10.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram. Also follow Dutch MSFK, his channel. He shares lots of underground nu metal stuff.
I've had a great time making this review with Aku, and I hope you will have as much as a great time listening to this banger of an album. With that, I wish you a good night. God bless.
Also, if you want, you can become a member on my channel so I can make an album review or maybe do MIDI cover. So that's all. Bye!
Bye!